We remember our first sip of hoppy beer. Do you?
Sort of.
Nearly spit that shit out. Now we fantasize about this stuff. Think about those hop cones bursting with juice right as all hell. Makes you look forward to that first resin all day long. Can't wait. Sixpoint Brewery, 9.1% alcohol, 103 on the IBUs.
From Brooklyn, New York. Welcome to the Tapping Out Show. My name is Jeremy. This is Matt, and we're going to do 6 Points Resin. This is something Matt picked up on a whim. We try to do a lot of East Coast beers. It's not necessarily as easy as it sounds, only because
we're not prejudiced. They just don't come our way as much. This is a double IPA. I wanted to give it a try. I was looking for some stuff just before we were filming, just try to see if I can find anything odd or anything that we haven't tried yet, which is starting to get harder and harder every day. And I saw this and a couple other things, and I looked it up, and it was rating in the 4s.
Yeah.
And I've heard of this brewery. I haven't had anything from them, so thought I'd give them a try. So I have no idea what this beer's going to be like. I don't know what it says. Haven't really heard much about it or anything, but thought I'd give it a try. They had a few of their beers, so of course I picked their double IPA. But they had a golden ale and something else too. So if you like this, maybe we will give that a try. But we definitely do try to try out as many different breweries, East Coast, West Coast. Especially anything in the world. But we do try to keep do as much local stuff as we can, because that seems to be what we get our hands on.
Well, not only that, man.
Anything.
Not only that, but if you're a craft beer person, drink local. Support these guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I was gonna say, I'm from California, so I try to support a local economy and try everything local. But I mean, if there's something from another place, I'm not going to be the kind of person that's going to turn away and say it's not from here. So for us, we try to support everybody. But we're definitely looking forward to seeing, what this beer is going to be like.
All right, so there's a light carbonation on it. It's pale ale. I mean, it's got the yellowish orange content.
You can't see through it.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going to go with it. Even at the bottom point of it, I mean, it's translucent, but you can't see. Like, I couldn't see my hand on the other side.
It looks like you should be able to see through it, but then if you try to see through it, it's so. I don't know if it's the density of it or just the colors in the middle.
So I'm gonna say for an East Coast IPA, it's very West Coast smelling. It's very hop forward. It's very citrus style.
Yeah, it doesn't. From our experience, and usually the ones I'm thinking of are more like Boston,
New Englandish area
style, or they smell more really dry and they're more dry hop.
Right.
This is more West Coast.
Citrusy, piney.
Yeah.
I agree. Smells good, though.
I'm actually interested in seeing what this is going to be like.
Cheers. So before Matt starts, I'm going to retract that this is very dry. No, it is. It didn't smell like it was going to either. It's very East Coast dry IPA. Not in a bad way. It's not what it smells like.
No, yeah, I'm laughing because what you expected, and you're right. It is dry. It's dry in a different way though.
Yeah, it's not New England style.
Not New England style. Back end, dry hop where
right. Punch in the end, just
It's definitely different. I just picked up a fruit taste right now afterwards. Something citrusy. The drinkability on it's a lot different than what I'm used to on a West Coast IPA.
Oh, you couldn't pound this.
Yeah, so let's gonna get to that. You can't throw down on something like this. You kind of got to respect this beer. And some beers are purposely made like this because not everyone can pound strong beer. I've been to plenty of places and seen those
Nor
guys.
should you.
But some people have a higher tolerance, and someone like me, sometimes I might, want to pound my first couple beers to kind of catch a buzz and kind of chill after that. This isn't that kind of beer. Mm-hmm. It's definitely real flavorful.
No, it is. Yeah, so it's not sticky. It's not dank. It's not, but it does have a citrus West Coast kind of taste to it. But it's very dry, like an East Coast IPA. And you know what? And that's what they're going for. And I agree that this is not a pounding beer. And I'm not sure if that's the reason why it came in such a small can. And I'm not sure if that's the reason why it got such a high IBU/alcohol content. But we've all watched.
I don't taste the 103 IBU.
I don't. Yeah. But I was gonna say,
especially because you're the first one to complain on it, and I think maybe the way it's dried out, kind of
takes the bitter out.
Yeah, it kind of cuts that out, but it's a good beer. It's just like you said, you can't pound it. Mm-hmm. What are you thinking on rating?
Are we basing on personal or drinkability? Because I would have two different for this particular one. I'd have two different ratings.
I would say your overall rating, and just kind of gauge everything into that number, because that's kind of what I'm doing.
All right, so then from me, and this is 1 out of 5, 5 being better. Personally, I give this a 4.25. I would drink this. I wouldn't drink a lot of it, but I would drink it. And for a double IPA, which we all know, especially floral beers or dry beers, that's not my thing.
Yeah.
For drinkability, I would give this a 3.5. You would not buy a 6-pack of these and watch the game. You can't. You won't. You won't.
Yeah.
So
I mean, maybe you can adapt to it after a while. I mean, but it's. I would agree on that. It's hard to throw down. I think it's a flavor. It's made a lot for the flavor.
Oh, yeah.
Of it. I was even thinking 4%, so I'm surprised you said 4.25.
Well, I'm going to meet in the middle on that one. I'm going to say 4. Solid 4. It's a solid 4 beer. It's a good beer. It's just not.
But what I would say is anybody that likes IPA should try this beer.
Oh, yeah. No, you know what?
Anybody that likes IPA should try every fucking IPA that comes your way, because why not? You like it, right? And how do you know if you're going to like this one or not? But I would say this is definitely interesting.
Well, I think it's the perfect mix between the two.
Think about what IPA could you compare this to?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think this is a perfect mix between the two styles. It's got kind of an East Coast, New England dry IPA, but it's got a citrus flavor to it. So it's kind of like that perfect medium. In short, 4 out of 5 from the Tapping Out show. It's, if you, like he said, if you're an IPA guy, pick this up. This is your jam. Besides that, if you guys want to write us, talk to us, request anything, email us. It's info@tappingoutshow.com. Our social media is all one word. It's going to be Tapping Out Show. Put it in the search engine and you'll find all kinds of stuff on us. But besides that, you guys have a good night. Cheers.